only a few more sleeps until we get to celebrate Christmas, and we're doing things a little bit different for episode, what are we? We're number 8 tonight. We've done 8 amazing episodes on our little adventure doing the real, raw, and relevant show with me, your host, Locky. I'm really honoured to have you joining us for our final one of 2021, and I wish I could show you all around my room, or studio we've got set up in here. I might take a photo and post it later. It's pandemonium all around my floor. I've got cables and gear for something a little bit different, and it's not because I'm not wearing it. This is the first show I'm not wearing a hat. Some of you might have noticed that. So shout out for people who can still grow hair, I guess. My barber today was so impressed that I managed to grow some hair. So I'll take that as a compliment. So wherever you are, I hope your lead up to Christmas is going really, really well. I think we all need a good Christmas season in some way, shape or form, maybe fitting in really well with the theme of these shows we've been doing over this series for our mental health. You need a break, you need a rest, you probably deserve it very, very much. So yes, you've joined us for the final one, and yes, we're unashamedly doing a Christmas version. So a little bit more on that real soon. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way. If you like what we're doing, please like, share, comment. You know, if you've been with us over these last couple of months, like, share, and comment like crazy. Click on, if you're here with us on the Facebook Live show, hit love hearts and likes and all that sort of stuff. I'm not afraid of sharing my need of some love. Who have we got here? We've got Chris and Karen from, see, it's the Auckland crew. My Auckland crew, you guys are fantastic. You're always the first ones there, and you're the first ones to comment, which is just amazing. So Chris and Karen, out in Botany there, we've got Sue Davidson. You're saying, hello, hi Locky from Christchurch. And I like this one from my mate Mark. Where we go, add to the broadcast. You have here, correct Amundo, I have here. Obviously, it's my Christmas gift to you, Mark, to show that I have here. Where we've got Mary. Look at this. Now we're getting around the country. We've got Merry Christmas. Sorry, Kathy saying Merry Christmas from Westport. Hope you guys have a fantastic Christmas. I know you've had a bit of a rough go of it this year with flooding and bits and pieces. May you have a fantastic summer break. If you're just joining us now, please say hello. I want to give you a bit of a shout out too, as you're saying hello to everybody there. Again, if you're wondering how to support our little show, being here makes the world a difference. It means the world to me as well. But if you'd like to support us in some way financially, we have a little thing, and it's no pressure. This is not a hard sell. Head to buymeacoffee.com/Locky. I'll post a link later on after the show's over, and you can buy me a virtual coffee as a way of supporting the show. And some of you have been so amazing this year, and I wish I thought long and hard about it today about whether I should acknowledge all the people who've been so generous, but then I wondered whether people would be upset that I mentioned them. I was a bit torn on the whole thing. So please know, wherever you are, if you've been able to support us, I'm so, so grateful for what you've done. Here we go. Oh, Ange, come on. You've got to be a little bit nicer about where you live. Merry Christmas from Dorkland. For those of you who do not understand the reference, Ange is being a little bit derogatory about her hometown of Auckland. We have not seen Ange. When was the last? Ange, we haven't seen you and Chris and Karen in the flesh since we came up for Sue's, was it a school reunion that I went to? I won't talk about it because I was, I have to be really careful. I might edit this out later, but just for the entertainment of those on Facebook, we went to Sue's high school reunion. It was at this pub kind of place in Onehunga in Auckland, and I sat on the bench of shame with the other partners who didn't have anyone to talk to. It was a fun night. I'm glad Sue got to hang out. They listened to 80s music, danced and talked and tried to recognise each other. And I hope that at the end of this year, while we've all had this COVID thing to deal with and all sorts of dramas, please take some time to just not think about all the things that didn't go right for us this year. Just take a moment to be thankful for something. I'm sure that there is something that's gone well for you somewhere in the midst of all the chaos and carry on. Maybe you've got a great story that you could share with someone else about how God's looked after you or some good things gone on for you. Yes, Ange, it was, and to quote her, a long time ago. But we're not here to dwell on that tonight, are we? We're wanting to finish off our year well. I'm going to play our little stinger as we do, and then I'm going to be back. Hopefully it's all going to work. Fingers crossed. You're praying for me. Please pray this is going to work. We're going to have a little bit of fun and finish off our year well on the show. So catch you real soon. There we go, purposefully throwing in all the Christmas bumper music I can. And for those of you worrying about the legalities of it, it is royalty free. I paid my royalties fee to use it. So you're going to be all okay. You're not being part of some criminal action on the internet today, which is really cool. Honestly, this has been an amazing journey for me, and I hope it's been helpful for you. When we started this show, I had the idea of doing this. A few people have said, why don't you just talk about stuff that's real in your life and real and raw? And so I thought I could do that, and where do we start? So we made the choice at the beginning of all our episodes to start talking about mental health, and I had no idea that 7 episodes later we'd still be talking about it. And it's not because we're a stuck record. I just discovered there's so many angles, so many great people to talk to, so many things that we can learn from others and together that would help us with our mental health. So I truly hope if you've been joining us, you've gained something from it. If it's your first time with us, check back on all the other episodes via Facebook or on the YouTube channel that gets posted onto 24 hours later. We'd love to know your favorite moments. Who's been your favorite guest? Feel free to comment in the comment section, or if you like, flick us an email to Locky at Temporal Productions. That's all one word, .nz. I'd love to hear from you, what you've learnt, and maybe you've got a suggestion. Maybe there's a guest you think that we should be really honing in on and talking to in the new year. There's been some amazing highlights, and I was thinking about this today, how I could do this, because it would probably take too long if I shared everything that I learned. Every guest that we had just added something to my understanding about my own mental health and the journey I've been on, and the feedback I've had from you guys has been amazing, telling me all about how some little gem has helped you in the season that you're in. But it was kind of pivotal for me, and probably a good thing that we started off with this particular person, Julia Grace. She joined us very graciously, hence the last name, I guess, on our first show. And something that she said, and is something that she says wherever she goes, she uses a phrase, you might have heard it a few times now, be kind to your mind. And sometimes those little 4 or 5 little word catchphrases, they kind of stick with you. And that stuck with me throughout the series, and when she first mentioned it when we had our interview with her. And the thing that I've learned for me personally is beating yourself up when you feel bad doesn't make you feel any better. When I think be kind to your mind, that's what springs to mind for me, is not beating myself up that I'm not as whole and as well as what I'd like to be in this season of my life, that I will get better. And if I'm more kind to myself than hard on myself, I've got a better chance of getting well. Maybe that would be helpful for you. If you've missed out on that interview, just head back to episode 1 and you can catch all that goodness there. We got to talk to 2 great people about burnout on episode 2, and then on episode 7, we had Susie McAlpine and Richard Black. And I don't know if I've told you the story of getting Susie McAlpine to be on the show. I read her book, and I just thought I'd send her a cheeky email, not meaning it was naughty or anything. I thought I'd just throw it out there going, would you like to be on my show? We've just had Julia Grace, and here's the numbers of people who checked it out. And she fired back so quickly saying, hey, I'd love to be on the show and talk about my book. These people are just amazing. And what happened from there, talking about burnout, certainly helped clarify some things for me. And many of you have contacted me saying, hey, I love that you're talking about burnout. I don't know what it means. I think I've got it. And I know it's been helpful. And so again, maybe the ongoing thing from the show leading over Christmas, if you know someone you think it would be helpful to catch up on some of the episodes, maybe that could be your Christmas gift, sharing the gift of the show with them. I don't know, but it's all okay. Now, enough of all that. No one else has put any comments there, so it's cool. So I'm going to keep on moving along. Because it's Christmas, because for our mental health, I think we need some Christmas cheer and maybe a dose of what I call Christmassy hope. I'm going to do my best. I've got this little setup here. I'm going to do my best to share some Christmas carols with you. I love focusing on the goodness of this season. I know everyone loves to talk about how terrible it is because it's so over-commercialized in bits and pieces. I choose not to get myself dragged into that big mess of argument and discussion, and focus on actually the meaning of Christmas. Still remember the first Christmas after I became a Christian, actually, when I went down to Invercargill, spend time with my family, and it was the first time that someone actually asked me to sing some Christmas carols at like a Christmas function. And my mum had a music book that I remember she had that when she used to play piano, and I pulled that out, had my guitar with me, and I started doing some Christmas carols. And ever since then, they've had such huge meaning for me. I love all the fun ones like Jingle Bells and Frosty the Snowman, but they don't have a lot of context for me personally here in New Zealand because we don't have the snow, thank goodness. But what has happened is from that moment on, I've just been in love with doing Christmas carols. Maybe this is a little bit cathartic for me as well because I didn't get to do Christmas in the park this year because I got cancelled due to the stupid COVID thing. So I thought, why don't we just do some Christmas carols? And wherever you are, maybe you want to throw it in the comments section. I know some of you have been putting on a Facebook page pre the show. Post in there what your favourite Christmas carol is and what your least favourite Christmas carol is. There's been some patterns coming out in the media in the last few weeks. I'm wondering whether you fit into the average Joe of what people like and don't like about Christmas carols. I know right now the one to be hating on right now is Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. Great song. I love it in the movie Love Actually. It's really cool. Look at Ange says this. See, Ange knows how to make me feel better. Carols, baby, bring it on. Yes, we're going to have some Christmas carols in a second. One of the other ones that people love to hate is Snoopy's Christmas. I don't know whether you like Snoopy's Christmas or love Snoopy's Christmas. Throw it in the comments there, what your favourites are, what your least favourites are. I hope that your least favourite doesn't appear in the little short list of ones that I thought we could do tonight. Is that okay? We're all cool? I have no idea whether you're okay. You could be, here we go. Chris and Karen saying their favourite one is Oh Holy Night. I love that song. It's got such a great story, and that's what I want to encourage you to do. When you see these Christmas carols or hear them, do a bit of Googling, Wikipedias, and check it out and see what the actual real story behind some of them are. It's really, really intriguing, and there's been a bit of media about Oh Holy Night recently because now there's some thought and discussion that maybe some of the lyrics regard they're trying to portray the whole thing about people of different races and cultures trying to get rid of racism through a Christmas carol. So that's a good thing. So it's cool. I'm going to try and change over here. Hopefully this is going to work. This is going to get a little bit clumsy that I'm going to edit out later. So just bear with me for a second. Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the world, the Savior reigns. Let men their songs employ, while fields and floods, rocks, hills and plains, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy. Yeah, we will sing, sing, sing. Joy to the world. We will sing, sing, sing. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature for we adore thee, God of glory. Lord, love, hearts unfold like flowers before thee, opening to the sun. Yeah. Joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory. Lord, love, hearts unfold like flowers before thee, opening to the sun above. We will sing, sing, sing. Oh, yeah. We will sing, sing, sing. Whew. Man, let's get the nerves out of the way. Hope you like that song. Hey, so cool having you joining us. Look, we've got all these other people saying hello. And Mark, thank you so much for saying it. Privileged to hear you sing. I'm doing my very best. I'm doing my best. It's all good. I don't know if you like this song. I'm going to do another one. Obviously, because I said I was going to do a few. One time I went to a Christmas in the Park kind of event many years ago. And you know, not everyone knows the words to all the songs, and there's a song called the First Noel, and they'd put on this big screen like bullet points versions of the words, and instead of having Noel, like many of you know, we think it's spelled N-O-E-L, and they had N-O space W-E-L-L. So we were singing about there was no well, there's no well, and I'm thinking, man, how many times have people looked at these Christmas carols that you and I might love and go, what on earth are they singing about? And for years I mocked that moment until today. I did some research. Now, when the song was written, it was apparently first published in 1823, which many of you know was a long, long time ago before some of you were born. I know some of you are quite old, and including myself. When they originally wrote the song, they actually wrote it out that N-O-W-E-L-L without a space. So whoever did the words that day, they weren't totally wrong. This shouldn't have had the space in it. And apparently Noel in French means Christmas season. And so someone a few years later decided, hey, it makes some sense for everybody. Why don't we just make it sound more exotic? I can't do a French accent very well, and call it the First Noel. So the first Christmas season. So this song is actually singing all about the very first one. And you know it, it's all good. Noel, the angels did say, was a certain for shepherds in fields where they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night. There was so deep, yeah. Noel, 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 Noel. Born is the King of Israel. They looked it up and saw a star shining in the east beyond them far, and to the earth it gave a great light, and so it continued both day and night. hope you are singing along, because otherwise I feel kind of a little bit self-indulgent. I was worried. I said this to Sue earlier. I hope people don't think this is kind of like the Locky show. You've got to watch me sing some Christmas carols. I truly hope wherever you are, you're enjoying some Christmas carols with me. So a song that I've really liked. I apologise for the echo that I can't get rid of while I'm singing or speaking with this mic. Way in a Manger. It's kind of in that same vibe as Silent Night, where it's kind of weird and like Little Drummer Boy, you know, these scenes that we sing about just after Jesus has been born. There's Mary, there's Joseph, there's the wise men, and they're all hanging around, and we create these little narratives that are sometimes corny, sometimes make no sense. We were joking again yesterday on our walk, Sue and me, about, you know, if a little drummer boy did turn up, I'm not sure that Mary would be totally thrilled, even if he could rock. Well, maybe she would, but she probably wanted quiet because we want Jesus to sleep. Everyone knows if you've had a baby, you want your baby to sleep. But the thing I love about these carols is they take you, if you allow them, to think about the place where that happened, to picture it, and maybe if you allow yourself to imagine yourself being there, being in that moment. And the beauty of what a lot of these carols, I think, do is they actually then take you somewhere else. They take you to a place of realization about what this whole moment meant. It's not just about a baby, even though it's the most special baby that's ever been born. It takes you from that moment to what the meaning of that moment was. Does that make some sense? I hope that makes some sense to you guys out there. So this song's called Away in a Manger. Every time I've played it a little bit different, so hopefully the little arrangement I was fiddling with this afternoon I can remember. Otherwise it's going to get embarrassing, but it's all okay. Away in a manger, no crib for a bed. The little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the bright sky looked down where he lay. The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay. The cattle were lowing, the baby awakes. But little Lord Jesus, no crying he makes. I love you, Lord Jesus, down from the sky, and stay by my bedside. The morning is nigh. Yeah, yeah. Jesus, I ask thee to stay close by me forever and love me, I pray. Bless all the dear children in thy tender care, and take us to heaven to live with you there. Yeah, yeah. Live with you there. Away in a manger. Yeah. Oh, wasn't that nice? Glennis, it's not away in a, I'm going to put this on the screen, away in a manager. It's a whole different song, and I don't even know how that one goes. It's all okay. You've got to have some fun. It's good for your mental health to have some fun. Maybe you could sit around the Christmas table this year and come up with corny names for all the Christmas carols for a bit of fun. It'd be all good. This is a song that someone wrote. Here's my notes. I got notes here. Someone wrote in Germany, and get this, 1710. That's how old this song is. But it was, so they wrote the lyrics, 1710. But get this, the original melody, the original kind of music theme and vibe that was going on was actually from 15th century France. So I don't know if someone's going to get in some trouble after this, but this seems like a blatant copyright infringement, and someone should do something about it for Christmas. Hopefully I'm not going to get in trouble for it. But as well, when I was checking the song out, I've got two verses. There were originally, in 1940, someone put together a music book for this, and they had 7 verses. So you'll be gratefully aware, right now, I'm only going to do 2. Everyone say 2 verses, which reminds me of a silly story. Many years ago, Sue and I went down to Invercargill, where my family's from, for Christmas. And I've been to a particular church a few years before. We just had the most outstanding Christmas Eve service. I could tell you so many stories, including when the nativity scene went on fire. That is actually a true story. If you want, I can tell you that another time. And we go there, and I think I pumped it up a bit with Sue that it was really, really cool, and I can't wait to go. And things had changed in the few years since I've been there. I'm not going to name the church, because we all have our good days and bad days in churches, especially at Christmas time. And they had 2 different people who were actually doing the Christmas carol leading, and you just got this impression very early on that they wanted to be the person who was doing most of the leading, and so they would lead every single verse known to man of every single song that they were leading. And I remember we did at least 12 different Christmas carols, and trust me, if there were 7 verses to this song, we did the 7 verses. And people were looking around at each other going, man, what's going on here? We've got like, they call it worship wars in the old days. It was Christmas carol wars. With these 2 people having an ego trip over the Christmas carols. This will not be that bad. I've set the low bar, so now we can go the high bar. But a few years ago when we first did this song at a thing called Christmas in the Pool here in Taupo, I'd seen some people like Chris Tomlin taking songs and adding their own little bit to it, and I thought, well, hey, why not? So this song is O Come, Emmanuel, with a little refrain that I put in the end because I thought it fitted. If you like it, cool. If you don't, well, God bless you. It's all good anyway. I'm doing it and you have to listen. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm being naughty for Christmas, so it's all good. Oh, come, Emmanuel. And ransom captive Israel. Thou mourns in lonely Zion here, until the Son of God appears. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to us, O Israel. Oh, come thou day spring, come and cheer our spirits by thine advent here. Disperse the gloomy clouds of night, and death's dark shadow put to flight. Hey, rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to us, O Israel. Yeah. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to us, O Israel. yeah. The King has come, the Son has come to us. And because he came, I won't be the same. Rejoice, yeah. The King has come, the Son has come to us. And because he came, I won't be the same. Because he came, I won't be the same. Rejoice. Don't clap for me. Give yourselves a clap if you're at home singing and dancing and doing whatever you're doing. Here we go, back to normal mic. Oh gosh, that's a bit louder, isn't it? Hey, thank you so much for all the nice comments I can see there. People loving it, cool, that's awesome, rejoice, rejoice. Man, look at this great comment, I love this. I'm going to stick it on the screen. Thank you, Glennis. You're such an encourager. It's fantastic to have you part of this little journey with us. Well, hey, no interview, Christmas carols. I hope it's been good for your mental health, it's been good for mine. And wherever you are, seriously, I really, really wish you a fantastic Christmas. I really appreciate Sue and I really appreciate you guys. Some of you have been here just about, I think some of you have been here for every single episode. I know Chris and Karen, I think you guys have been at every single one, haven't you? There must be a prize for that. And some of you, when you haven't been able to make it, have sent me messages apologising that you couldn't make it. You don't need to do that, but I really appreciate the support. So from a big thank you from my family to you, wherever you are. I can see you're all around the country, and I know some of you tune in later on. So wherever you are, God bless you so much. Thanks for joining us for our final show of 2021. Got to get this right. 2022, I'm coming back with some different material as well as mental health. So from some date in February, we'll announce it in January. It's going to take a little bit of a break for my own mental health. You need a break too. Hey, so God bless you. Merry, 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 merry. Have a really good Christmas, please. Look after yourself. Be kind to that mind of yours, and we'll see you again on the flip side of next year. So God bless you guys.